Hey everyone, Julian here. Today I'm going to be making a DJ Heartstring Narcissus sort of modern trance techno style track from scratch. I've got a little foundation set up here to save us some time. Going to be running through that, and then we're going to dive in and make everything from scratch. So to go along this video, I'm actually going to be using my new sample library, the Modern Trance Essentials. Links at the top of the description. What it is, it's this awesome, huge, extensive sample library for trance, this modern style. You can see we've got all these different project files, a full track template even, and a bunch of synth loops, MIDI, some Serum presets, some 303 lines, a ton of drum loops, literally everything you need to make a really awesome modern trance track. I'll just play you a little demo of everything. So yeah, a bunch of really awesome stuff all under one roof. Links at the top of the description. It's at a really special price for a limited time only, so grab that while it's available. Thank you so much for the support, guys. This is meant to give back to you guys, give you a really, really high quality template and some sounds so you can make the best tracks of your life, but also it really helps support me. So thank you so much for all the support, everybody, and let's dive in. Alright, so we're at 152 BPM. So far, I've just got, you know, some drums, like a nice kick. 909, we've got this bass line as well, which is, yeah, just this simple, it's basically root note, major 7th, major 3rd, 9th, like a very popular progression for this style. On the upbeats like that. With the sound here, we're using Operator, so I really like using Operator. This is one of the presets from this pack, and the reason we use Operator so much is because, one, it's a very fat synth. It's got a lot of nice low end. If you layer, like here, there's no FM happening, but we've got a sine wave and a saw wave going together, so it gets very fat. Also, it's got a good filter with good envelopes on it, right, that you can really work with, but also this phase retrigger. So this means basically every time this R is on, it means every time you hit a note, it's going to be the same phase on the waveform. So what that means is that basically it's going to be the same sound every time. If you turn that off, you can hear how it kind of changes a bit, especially if you put on the FM. So yeah, you just want to turn that on, and then you'll get that, you know, very powerful trancey bass. We've just got that side chain to this little side chain up here, and then we're doing a little subcut. We're also doing that on the kick. We have, you know, just some basic drums. Nice fat hi-hat with 2 layers. And then a clap. And yeah, so when you're making a track from scratch, I wanted to show you all this and kind of have it set up to just show you, like, this is essentially the foundation of the track. I would not start a track any other way than by getting these ready, because if you try to do all this other stuff first, you know, all these like synth leads and stuff, it can give you good inspiration, but I think at the end of the day, it really just makes the process kind of messy. This way we have everything, you know, everything can sit on top of a solid foundation if you get this right first. So let's get a sound from the pack over here, and then we'll build some more of this track out of that. Let's grab this lead. So let's grab something from the pack. Let's use this lead here. You can see, you know, a lot of the leads in this style can be pretty simple, right? It's a saw wave with some unison and delay and reverb, high pass, and then we'll get the sidechain going. But yeah, it's really not very complicated synth patches. I think it's really much more about what you're actually doing with it and kind of understanding the key that you're in and writing something really good for that. So what we're going to do here is we're in the key of A major, but we could also kind of do like the relative minor. Alright, there we go. So we got a nice simple melody. And so yeah, like I said, I was doing this kind of with a minor feel, right? Because if you look at this, this is really starting with like a C sharp minor, you know? Like that will be the first 2 notes in a C sharp minor chord. Right, and you're getting this kind of nice melancholic sort of thing with the major 7th going into the root note down here. And also it's this call and response, right? Like there's a lot of dun, dun. Yeah, like call, response. And then this is kind of like a call. And then that's almost like a response to that, right? So it's a lot of that. And then it's also really just picking only a few voices. I mean, if you look at this, it's really just G sharp, A, C sharp, and E. And then just a few different octaves of the A and the G sharp. That's something I've noticed studying these guys' tracks. Like, you know, it's just very simple voices in the scale, but you can do a lot with that. Okay, so let's get another patch out of the pack here and build something with these chords here. So this is like this wavetable pad. Yeah, a bit more like an organ, and this is where the wavetable synthesis can come in really nicely for this style, because obviously like with this riser wavetable here, it's like a formant, so it's kind of based on vocals. You can get very nice textures that you wouldn't really be able to get just with like basic sine waves and saw waves and square waves. And we've got this going through a little bit of reverb, and then we'll set up the sidechain. And let's make some chords here. So we're going to start with the chord. Alright, there. So now we have a nice pad chord progression, and it's really following the same progression I showed you with the bass line, right? A major, G sharp minor, C sharp minor, E, B major, but there's like different voices in the top, and there's kind of like melody notes. And then the last thing I want to add is we can add these like some droning notes that'll just hang over the chords. And then they'll just make that a little bit nicer. Let's try one more. I'm gonna grab this thing and kind of make like a little vocal arp. So there's this vocal here. So let's get rid of that. All this is this little sample with some delay and reverb. I have the auto pan giving it sort of like that fake sidechain. And let's just do this arp in A major. Alright, and then I think we can just make that resolve a little better. But there we go, and so we're really, again, just using notes from that A major scale, creating this, like, you know, this is very rhythmic. Like, if you listen with the bass line and the kick. But see, it kind of like evolves with the chord progression, right? And that's easy to do if you know these scales, or at least if you can follow the scale. Even if you don't know it, just looking at it like on your computer, you can pretty much do this. Like, it's not really that hard. It's really just that concept where it's walking up, and it's slowly walking up. You know, like here. You know, it's using two of the same voices, right? So it's like you keep repeating voices, but if you walk up, you can create something really nice. And yeah, so there we are. We made a little track from scratch. That is how you do it. It's not that hard. Again, it's just that music theory and using some really great sounds like the ones you can get in this pack. Thank you so much for the support, everybody. Make sure to like this video as well as subscribe. And let me know what you think of this video in the comments. Like I said in the beginning, you can get my new pack, Modern Trance Essentials, right at the top of the description. Don't miss out, guys. I'm telling you guys, it's the best library on the market for the style and kind of like the only one that I've seen. Plus, we really nailed it. I'm telling you guys, this will not take long to get really great tracks very quickly. Thank you so much for the support, everybody. Links at the top of the description. Limited time only sale. And I will see you tomorrow with another video.